Petco Park in San Diego, downtown. The Brewers and Padres on this Wednesday afternoon. Final game of this three-game series. Well, we were jolted all today by the news. San Diego football star and hero Junior Seau has taken his own life. Death by suicide is a painful mystery that leaves us all wondering why. Was there anything that we could do? How could a man that was so intensely competitive, so driven to succeed, who hated to lose, give up on his own life? Well, Junior Seau was more than just a perennial Pro Bowl football star. He was a man of generosity and commitment to youth and the military and to charity in our community. It's a sad day for those of us who knew him, who cheered him, and today we cry for him and his family. Number 55 was only 43.
Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are San Diego.
That ball is hit well to right field. Way back. He will touch them all. Kase does it again.
Well, he's provided the drama, hasn't he? The veteran Mark Kase in the last week, a couple of pinch hits to win Padre games. A two-run double, and last night a two-run home run. It's the Brewers and the Padres' final game of this three-game series as San Diego looks for its first series win of the season. And we welcome you aboard on a San Diego beautiful baseball afternoon. We're here at Petco Park with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, and one of the strengths of this team has been pinch hitting.
Mark Kase is hitting 333. He is 3 for 9 in the pinch hit category. And the veteran hitter is coming through big time against the Nationals. And then we just heard about the home run. But collectively, this ball club hitting .395. They're first in the National League with 15 hits. And what a great way to try to pick up your ball club, because usually you're hitting against the setup guy or the closer for the opposing team. So these are great numbers for the San Diego Padres.
It's the first time in Milwaukee franchise history, as we continue to make historical moments here in this series, that they have lost a game with all the runs scored by a pinch hitter. That's the first time it's happened to Milwaukee.
Well, that's a good thing for the San Diego Padres.
Right.
And Mark Kotze's in the lineup today. Hopefully you can turn it on today for 4 or 5 at-bats.
Well, the bad news is Corey Lupke, who would have been the starter today and has been the outstanding pitcher, winning the last 4 games that he's been on the mound, the Padres have won. He's on the disabled list, sore elbow, and 37-year-old Jeff Suppan is on the hill.
The veteran right-hander is going to get a chance to go out there. And you know what? If the Padres can get 5 innings out of Suppan, that would really be nice. He's probably going to throw around 90 pitches or so. But remember, he was limited the last couple of weeks in spring training with that sore elbow. But he brings that veteran presence. He knows how to pitch. Things have to be just right on for Jeff Suppan, both sides of the plate. Hey, he's familiar with going out there on that hill. And I don't care if you're a rookie or a 16-year veteran. He's really excited today.
Well, he knows the team against whom he is pitching today, as he was a member of the Milwaukee Brewers for 4 years, was not in the big league last year. So this is his first major league start since pitching for Milwaukee a year ago. He's ready to work, and Ricky Weeks leads it off for Milwaukee. Fouls it away, and baseball is underway on this Wednesday afternoon in San Diego. At Tucson, he was cuffed around. Pitched only 6 2/3 innings and gave up a lot of runs and a .486 batting average, and that all equaled out at a 12+ ERA. But that's just in a limited 2-game appearance. 2 strikes. Weeks 3 for 11 facing Suppan and a home run. His last start was October 3rd, 2010. Suppan, and as you saw, had as much success against the Brewers as any team, winning 12 and losing only twice when he was with some of the many other clubs that have employed his services. Mark Wegner calls the balls and strikes today, with Bell, Knight, and Winters on the bases. Strike 3 called. Weeks caught looking at a curveball. That's a good start for Suppan, who makes his home in the San Fernando Valley. Wow, that was a 12-6er.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a good curveball. He also throws the fastball to both sides of the plate. He'll top out about 88. Sinker when he needs a grounder, a slider, and a nice curveball. But Darren Balsley, the pitching coach for the Padres, mentioned that in spring training. The changeup really stuck out for Jeff Suppan.
Carlos Gomez, first time we've seen him in the series, center fielder, and he bounces it one hop to Headley across the diamond to Alonso. 2 quick outs for Suppan. Check the Milwaukee lineup. We've seen Weeks and Gomez. Here comes Braun. Ramirez, the cleanup hitter, then Hart, 6 home runs. LaCroix behind the plate. Alex Gonzalez. Then Travis Ishikawa at first base, and Giovanni Gallardo, a good hitting pitcher, as the guys on the pregame show testified. And Ron Renicky down in that third base dugout. Braun with his 3 homers and a triple in the opening game on Monday night, establishing a Petco Park record. First man ever to hit 3 in one game. And his 15 total bases, a Milwaukee record, most total bases in a game. And the triple in the 9th inning, after thinking about it overnight, Braun said he really, as he turned second base, was thinking maybe it's an inside the park home run. I'm going to be going until they throw up that stop sign at third.
Didn't get the right bounce, though, out there in right center field.
Said, I got to admit, I was thinking about it. Ground ball sharply at Headley, the one hopper, and it's a 1-2-3 frame for Jeff Suppan. Welcome back to the majors and to the Padres. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go. Fans in the park at the park out by our Fox Sports San Diego studios, looking at that view. But Black, big deep sigh after the 8th inning last night as he finally got that clutch hit and a 2-0 win. Great pitching by Volquez. Will Venable leads it off and takes a strike, hitting .247. Venable picked up his 4th steal last night. There are the numbers for Gallardo. He has had an incredible up and down early season. Get this. He in 2 games against the Cardinals pitched less than 6 innings and gave up 14 runs. And then since 3 starts, 21 innings, only 4 earned runs. So that's why his ERA is up there over 6. But 3 of the starts, he's been almost impossible to hit. Starts out 2-1 on Venable.
Well, he's the type of pitcher, as things can go badly, he can turn it around and do very well. He's going to chew up innings. He's going to give you 200 innings.
Only 26 years of age. High fastball, 90 miles an hour, snapping into the glove of Lucroy.
He's also going to strike out 200 a year as well. 1 in the double digits the last 3 seasons, over 200 punchies.
Right back to Gallardo, and 1 away. But Black has aligned his hitters this way. This is our Toyota starting lineup for the Padres. Venable, then Kotze working his way into the starting lineup in left field. Headley bats third. Alonso moves into the cleanup spot today, followed by Hudson, Cameron Maven. John Baker, left-handed bat, gives Nick Hundley a day off. Andy Perino back in the lineup at shortstop. And then Suppan, who's not a bad hitter himself. Kotze got a pitch he liked and nailed it on the top of the right field scoreboard last night. Venable was aboard for that 2-0 win. 2-0. Curveball.
Got to crush the fastball, and that's exactly what Mark Kotze did. And when you talk about fastballs from Gallardo, his fastball is about 93. Straight 4-seamer. At times he'll have a little run on it, down and away. Like that one there. Wow. That's good downward plane and good action on that fastball right at the knees.
And the count levels at 2-2. Day games, Padres are 3-4 on the season. And with their 2-0 win last night, only the second time they've won a 2-run decision. They're now 2-6. They're 2-4 in 1-run games, so 4-10 overall. Close games, a lot of them. Full count. So 14 of their 25 games decided by 1 or 2 runs. Just need that one big hit.
Yep. Carbon copy from last year, huh?
Maybe Carlos Quentin, off to a terrific rehab start at Tucson last night, will be back and help that cause. It's on the outside corner, strike 3. Kotze has taken a full step toward first base. The slider gets him back door.
We've seen every pitch from Gallardo except the changeup. That's a backdoor slider. And he's got that outside corner measured nicely early on today.
Lineup for Milwaukee with Braun, Gomez, and Hart fanned from left to right. Ramirez and Ishikawa on the corners with Gonzalez and Weeks up the middle. And Jonathan Lucroy behind the plate. Headley swings and misses. Club leader in almost every offensive category. Runs, hits, RBIs, home runs, walks. Also leads in strikeouts. And he falls behind 0-2. Takes a lot of pitches. Little extra on that fastball, huh?
91 going up the ladder by design.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
You notice Gallardo going from the extreme first base side of that rubber, trying to get the angle on that inside corner, and then also get an angle down and in to the right-handed hitters. You can see that push-off foot is just in touch with the pitcher's plate.
Line to left center field. It's falling in a hurry and will drop in for a base hit. Headley goes to the opposite field. A 2-out single.
And if you haven't heard that term before, pitcher's plate, that's what it's called in the rule book. Chase Headley doing a nice job going the opposite way in the hole, taking what's given to him. He tried to pull that baseball. It's a ground ball to the right side, and the Brewers are out of the inning. So nice hitting by Chase Headley.
So technically it is the pitcher's plate, and
yes,
you would know that, but we could call it the slab or the rubber.
Exactly. The bump. Well, the hill itself. I know what you're saying.
There's a drive into center field. Gomez can't get there in time. Gallardo gives up a single to Alonso. Similar base hits by Headley and Alonso to stir up something here in the first inning. And here's Orlando Hudson.
Or Alonso loves the first pitch fastball. So back-to-back hits. In the bottom of the order for the Padres need to get it going. Hudson, he's been swinging okay. But Maben is the big key, I think. Down in the bottom of the order, number 6 for Maben. He's really got to get it going.
And there's been hints that in this brief homestand thus far, the 2 games, that he's starting to get that rhythm and stroke back. So 2 on with 2 out here in the first inning, and Hudson checking in at 218, hitting 200 from the left side. Leading the National League in triples with 4. That always plays nicely. Not bad with runners in scoring position. 263. The Padres as a team hitting only 192 with runners in scoring position. Hits that one well into the right field corner, but Hart is there and makes the catch. No runs, 2 hits. Padres lead 2. No score.
Game scoreless in the second inning between the Brewers and the Padres, and we continue to remember Junior Seau today through our Fox Sports Game Connect feature. It's a way to talk about the game and what's going on in San Diego sports. We're using the hashtag FSPadres, and people are sharing their favorite moments of Junior Seau with us. In fact, we got one from Mikey 2000 talking about the AFC Championship game between the Chargers and the Steelers with Fox Sports Game Connect. To use that hashtag FSPadres, and we continue to remember the late Junior Seau today. Guys, back to you.
Just shocking news today. My memory of Junior not only is watching him play and just dominating player, a superstar player, and yet always was driven to be even better. I mean, he just wanted to be the best and was at his position. But my favorite memory is Thanksgiving time and going over to the restaurant, and he would have 600, 700, 800 military in their family and give them a Seau special Thanksgiving dinner. It was his way of thanking the military and how proud they were not only to meet Seau, and he met everybody in the entire restaurant, but one of the many generous things that Seau did.
Yeah, Junior was very generous, and I remember Junior as far as being the guy when he was around kids. He wanted the kids to be the best that they could be. He was a local kid, and he wanted to, you know, someday play at the big time here in San Diego, which he did, but he was always great around the kids, striving to them that, you know, they could be the best that they could be, and you know, reach for your goal and pursue your goal and your dream.
And today our community should all reach out for his children, his 3 children, all of high school age. Suppan induced Ramirez to pop to second. This is Corey Hart, 2-2 the count. One of the hidden notes on Junior Seau's athletic talent, when he was in high school, as I recall, he was named the San Diego County Basketball Player of the
Really?
Year. Can you imagine him roaring down the court?
Yeah.
2-2. Hart looks at it just away from the strike zone. Corey, a single and 4 trips last night. He's 1 for 9 in the series and has struck out 4 times, 5 times. Broken bat, looper into right, and it is caught. No, it isn't. Smothered by Venable, and he tosses it in, a single. Looked as if he had it, and as he hit the ground, the force of his head first slide just ripped it out of his mitt.
I saw him dive. I saw the ball disappear. Oh, actually, the ball hits below his glove and then underneath his body, and that could have been that could have been trouble if that thing does not hit and be smuggled by his body, rolling all the way to the wall.
That was almost a hidden ball trick.
Yeah.
So Hart with a bloop single, the first hit off Suppan. And here's LaCroix. Infield sets for 2 up the middle with Perino and Hudson squeezed toward the bag. Strike 1.
You know, with this way the team, the Milwaukee Brewers, swing aggressively, you might see Jeff Suppan start off these hitters with a changeup. He throws a split type grip. It's not a circle changeup grip, it's a split grip, but he calls it a changeup.
Fastball at 87.
And he's got to work the corners. He's got to stay out of the heart of the plate.
He and his wife in Woodland Hills, California, just off the freeway. Ventura Freeway, have a restaurant, Soup's Grill. Ground ball by Headley, and that one had seeing eyes out to left field. Not hit very hard by LaCroix, but he found the gap 5.5 hole, and there's 2 on with 1 out for Milwaukee here in the second.
I think that's exactly what Jeff Suppan wanted LaCroix to do. He jammed him with a 2-seam fastball. He gets in his kitchen and just happens to find the hole on the left side. Good effort by Chase Headley. Nothing you can do there. He hit his spot.
Brings to the plate shortstop Alex Gonzalez. 4 home runs and 14 runs batted in. He is second behind Ryan Braun in the RBI race for the Brewers. Two for 7 in the series. One of them a 2-run double.
So far, it looks like Suppan's got great command of that outside corner with the fastball.
Of course, one of the issues will be that pitch count because he just hasn't been very active. Right. Less than 7 innings at Tucson as he recovered from this spring triceps injury. Split 1-1.
We could call it a split, right? I feel like, as I mentioned, it was a split grip.
Lazy Wednesday afternoon in our great city. Back to the mound. Suppan lost the double play. Would have had one, but couldn't field it cleanly. Has to settle for the sure out at first as both Hart and LaCroix move into scoring position.
We talked about the changeup, the split, if you want to call it that, from Jeff Suppan. Remember, we talked about the circle change grip, traditional that way, but Jeff just kind of throws the split finger grip this way. It's not a true Elroy face forkball. Just kind of two-seam grip, kind of choke a little bit and spread the fingers a little bit, and that's just throw it, just like your fastball. Stay on top of it, and that's why you'll see that little bit of a dip at the end.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Travis Ishikawa entered the game last night with the injury to Matt Gamble, and Gamble has been flown back to Milwaukee. They're going to medically examine that knee that he injured. So Ishikawa takes his place, and he has had good success against Suppan. He's 4 for 6 against the man he faces today with 2 men in scoring position.
This is where you might see a lot of off-speed stuff. Hitters, 2 runners in scoring position, they want to crush the fastball.
Got the pitcher on deck, and normally you'd say first base open. You don't throw Ishikawa anything that's hittable, but you're talking about Gallardo, who was the Silver Slugger winner 2 years ago, the best hitting pitcher in the National League. And now they are going to walk him, going to play the percentages right-hander against right-hander. And undoubtedly noting the fact that Ishikawa 4 for 6 against Suppan. So the bases will be loaded with Brewers. Lots of foam out there. Ishikawa at first, LaCroix at second, Hart at third, Gallardo the hitter. And undoubtedly Baker reminding Suppan about Gallardo's hitting strengths.
Yeah, maybe a couple of things. Want to go over what set of signs you want to use with that runner on second base. You don't want to get crossed up. And also, hey, how do you want to start this guy off? You want to start off with a little slider down and away? You want to start off with a changeup for a strike? Try to spot the fastball down and away?
One of those 9 home runs was right here against Matt Latos, a line drive into the lower left field corner. Slider. Gallardo 2 years ago for the season hit .254 with 4 home runs, winning the Silver Slugger award. Just 26 years old, born in Mexico, lives in Texas, and he takes a good cut. Well, time for our Lexus keys to the game, Commissioner Grant.
Well, keep the ball rolling. Jeff Suppan, look at his career numbers, 12-2 against these Milwaukee Brewers. Fine looking numbers. And hey, start a win streak, right? Winning yesterday 2-0. Let's make it 2 in a row. 2 goes. You can't win 3 in a row unless you win 2 in a row, right,
no,
Professor?
I was thinking the very same thing.
Write that down in your book.
Let's see, math minor. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Padres went through April without winning a series. This is a chance today.
Dick, you mentioned it. Gallardo can swing the bat, so he's not messing around. And he may have gotten away with a hanging slider there. He wanted it down and away, and he left it right over the heart of the plate, but Gallardo swung right through it.
Bases loaded, 1-2. Got him swinging. That's the way to pitch yourself out of trouble. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base. No score. Time for the Sequan Casino Daycation stat of the game, and we go to last night. Eddie Volquez with 4 strikeouts. Now has 33 for the season to lead the Padres staff. What a great night of pitching from Volquez. 7 innings, no runs, just 3 singles, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts.
And it's not just the one pitch that Edson Volquez gets the strikeouts, right? It's the changeup, it's the fastball, and don't forget that curveball. All 3 of those pitches, if he's got 2 strikes on the hitter, he can put them away. Great line for Edson last night. And thanks to Mark Kotze with the 2-run shot. Padres open the paper today. Yeah, 1 more in the W column.
Cameron Maben takes it outside, hitting 183. Padres eager for that bat to get hot. Just 1 home run so far. Does have 7 steals to lead the Padres. You can't steal first base.
No. Well, who's doing some homework there, Dick? They got the 3-ring binder out. Oh, it's Nick Hundley. He's going incognito.
Ground ball back through the middle. Base hit to center field. Maben with a lead-off hit. That's the 3rd single off Gallardo. And we'll bring up John Baker.
A good start for Cameron Maben, taking a breaking ball right up the gut. That means he's staying back, letting the ball travel a little bit, and just playing a little pepper. And I love the ground ball to the center fielder. Love that.
Well, you saw if you go right through your wickets,
yeah.
right? So you appreciate
absolutely
the talent to do that. Baker's had only 14 at bats, a couple of hits. And they'll keep a close eye on Maben with his penchant for the steal. Down low. So my wife says to me this morning, you know, a friend of mine is dating a sportscaster back in the Midwest, and he does the nicest thing. He'll ask her, give me a word, and I'll work it into the broadcast just to salute you.
Right.
She said, isn't that, that's so romantic? You've never done that for me, she says. And I said, come on. She said, well, you've never done it. I said, okay, tonight, today, give me a word. I'll work it into the game. She thinks for a while, and she said, how about win? I said, I think I could do that. I was ahead of you. I got it in last night.
That would be nice.
1-1 to Baker, and another visit to first base by pitcher Gallardo.
Good footwork from Gallardo. Quick with the feet. Short arm swing. Kind of throwing a dart over to first base. You don't want to have that big looping arm swing. You want to be short and quick.
Well, it looked like a pitch out, but LaCroix, as he was moving out, actually had to reach back over the outside corner for it. 2-1 to Baker. A chance for Bud Black to maybe play a little run and hit or hit and run. Outside, 3-1. Fastball 91 miles an hour from Giovanni Gallardo. Love that name. This rolls off your tongue, doesn't it?
It's got a good ring to it.
Yeah, sounds like should be singing in Milan at La Strada. There goes Maben, foul back.
I was just thinking for John Baker, it's got to be tough. Sure, it's great starting in the big leagues behind the plate, but then you got to face a guy like Gallardo, and you can do all the BP you want, you can watch all the videotape, but until you step in that batter's box, that's when you don't get a lot of regular at bats. That's tough.
And it takes a veteran like Baker to overcome the lack of opportunity. Full count. Maben has his lead. He goes again. Line drive. Oh, that's going to be a double play. Weeks makes a great catch and a double play. Baker hit it right on the nose, and Weeks able to stab it with the backhand and turn it into a 4-3 double play.
This ball is scalded, and Ricky Weeks A little one hop over to first base. Maben, there's no way. I mean, that's the play. You're running no matter what.
That's first and third if Weeks doesn't make the play.
That's just a hang with him.
Andy Perino, 205. His average, 217 from the left side. Well, it's a game of good and bad fortune, isn't it? Sometimes you bloop it and you get the hit, and sometimes you just hit screaming line drives and they find leather.
And that was a great play by Weeks going to his right. It wasn't like it was right at him. He was just caught in his tracks. I mean, that's a big league play.
That could have caromed off his glove out into left center field. But foul back. 1-2 on Perino. The Milwaukee Brewers, established in 1970. As the Milwaukee Braves preceded them. The Braves then went to Atlanta, so Milwaukee was without a big league team. And the Seattle Pilots in 1969, expansion team, played at Six Stadium, did a few games there.
Did you?
Yeah. Foul balls hit the roof and every toilet would flush. Pretty old
Bad
stadium.
yard, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was old stadium. That's where the PCL Seattle Rainiers played. Well, Perino caught looking as Gallardo hits the outside corner, and the Padres are out in the second. On to the third here at Petco. No score.
As Jeff Suppan takes the hill for the third inning, and the 16-year veteran talked about his tricep injury that was bothering him earlier in spring training as he got ready for this start. It's our Geico quote of the game.
I've had two extended spring training starts and then 2 starts in Tucson, so I think I got up to 65 or I don't know, but I mean I feel good. My injury feels good, and so it's just a matter of going out and making pitches,
which he is doing right now. Dick Enberg, Mark Grant, back to you.
All right, Layla, thank you. And that's a nice little feature today in honoring Junior Seau's life that you're sharing with us, the messages from many around San Diego and the country. Line drive center field, that's carrying right to Maben. Weeks blistered it, but Maben positioned perfectly for the out.
Well, second time around now for these Milwaukee Brewers against the right-hander Jeff Suppan. Let's see how they react and how Suppan counters. Maybe more off-speed pitches.
Carlos Gomez grounded a one-hopper to Headley first time. Shadows starting to become a factor. One of the light standards growing out toward home plate, covering home plate, and they're creeping in from the left field corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was the changeup. Misses the bunt. I did the first game for the Milwaukee Brewers in 1970 at County Stadium.
Really?
Didn't start well for them. The Angels and Andy Messersmith shut them out 12-0 on opening day. But they did have a player that was outstanding. And, of course, most of those players were expansion draft players. It wasn't Bob Uecker. We're talking outstanding. 6'3" on Gomez, who can run very well. They had a player in 1970. This will test some of our fans' memory. That on a team, basically just 1 year from an expansion team, hit 30 home runs and stole 30 bases.
That's a great year.
Absolutely.
Who was it?
Tommy Harper.
Really?
He had a terrific career. Of course, the Milwaukee Brewers also, Henry Aaron hit his last home run with the Milwaukee Brewers at County Stadium. Did that too. Dick Drago was the pitcher, but we didn't know that was going to be 755.
Yeah, Dick Drago. Wow, is that a blast from the past?
2 out, no one on. Ryan Braun hit a sharp one hopper to third baseman Headley his first at bat. 2-0. The slider just missing.
And keeping the ball away from, remember we mentioned last night, fastballs down and away, sliders down and away. You know, occasionally you want to come in off the plate a little bit. Nice. That's pinpoint control by Suppan right there. It's almost like Braun gives up on it, right? Watch the body language of Braun. Fastball down and away. Not much he can do with it.
Now that's a Greg Maddux two-seamer.
Yeah.
And the count 3-1. Changeup.
Okay, what do you throw him here, Professor? I'm going fastball away.
Slider away.
Okay.
You're right again. Won't you ever give me one?
Look at John Baker's glove. He kind of frames it on the eye. That's a legit strike, though. Nice, good target from John Baker. Now you might see an off-speed pitch here.
Full count. Bounced harmlessly to second base. Hudson across to Alonso. And the inning's over. Suppan retires the Brewers in order. It's no score.
Still scoreless here at Petco Field. Game Connect is live for today's game on Fox Sports San Diego, and people are sending in their tweets about Junior Seau. In fact, Junior Seau was a true friend of mine, or hero of mine. I had many cards, jerseys, and even a small picture of him in a plastic figurine I put in special places for luck, and that is from Slim Dog. So we appreciate that, guys, and please keep sending them in and use the hashtag FSPadres. Dick Enberg, Mark Grant, back to you.
All right, Layla, thank you for sharing that. No, he's just absolutely a giant in our sports community and our total community. Number 55. You know, you'll always relate that number to Junior Seau when you think football.
Absolutely.
Suppan, soft roller to second baseman Weeks. And there's one quick out here in the Padre third. Well, just like last night, we had Eddie Volquez matching pitches with Sean Markham, and Markham matching Volquez. Suppan and Gallardo trading goose eggs here in the early innings.
Isn't that what's great about baseball? You get a guy, 16-year veteran, coming up to the big leagues with a 12 ERA in AAA, and first 3 innings on the books, no runs, and pitching quite well.
Couple of singles.
Yeah.
And one was a bloop and another was a seeing eye. A chow. Yes. Venable punishing himself with that foul ball off his front foot. Will tap back to the mound in the first inning. Deflected by Suppan, and now Weeks, and he can't pick it up cleanly. Venable gets a break as Gallardo, I think if that ball gets by him, Weeks was positioned well enough to get to it. But by getting some leather on it, he caromed it and took the speed off it, and that gave Venable a base hit.
You know, that just reminded me of the point you were making earlier, Dick. The ball scalded off the bat of John Baker, and Weeks goes to his right, makes a great play. Look at this. It's a one hopper to the pitcher. It's deflected, and Will Venable gets a big league knock.
Yeah, there's no way you can. If you try to justify it, you don't get much sleep as a ball player. Let's see if Venable gets the green light to steal with one out, and Mark Kotze with a left-handed batter up there. Managers are reluctant to put on the steal sign, or they'll give a no steal because they want to keep that right side open for the pull hitter.
Especially if he gets a breaking ball, he can pull. And Gallardo has really done a nice job of backdooring the slider to the left-handed hitters. John Baker having a chat with Suppan.
Constant communication.
Yeah, absolutely. Going over the next 3 hitters due up for the Brewers next half inning.
Padres with their 4th base hit, all singles, just as last night until the appearance of Mark Kotze. All the hits were singles for them. Turned that around with that 2-run shot to right.
Hey, believe me also when I say that Nick Hundley, he doesn't have the day off. I mean, he's on that dugout, and he's probably helping out John Baker. He's probably helping out Jeff Suppan. Remember, he was looking at the scouting reports.
Yeah, he's physically taking a day off.
Absolutely, but he's helping out with some input probably.
You bet. Ooh, looked like Venable could have been picked off there. He was totally off balance, leaning towards second. Hesitant to go, and
oh, he would have had him. He would have had him if he was thrown over first base.
2-0 to Kotze.
There's Nick.
Yeah. You know they're in the game when they're spitting. You know when they're really getting that part of their game active. You know they're still in. Yeah.
Working those seeds, chewing that gum. Darren Ballsy talking with Suppan. You know what? I mentioned it earlier, but it's worth mentioning again. You get that first call up to the big leagues for the first time. I mean, it's indescribable. You can't describe it. And I'm telling you what, Jeff Suppan, when he got that call, he's a 16-year veteran. It is such a great feeling, even though you spent 16 years in this great game at the big league level. He's like a little kid again today.
Yeah, maybe it's better because he knows what he's been missing. There's a line drive by Kotze, and it's into the right field corner. Hart has to play to Karam, and running all the way is Venable. They're waving him home. Here comes Weeks' throw to the plate. Not in time. And the Padres lead 1-0. Back to third. And in safely is Kotze. Well, the Padres' old man, Mark Kotze, putting some punishing strokes on the old horsehide. A 2-run homer last night, and he gets the Padres on the board with a triple today.
He crushed the fastball last night. He gets another Gallardo fastball here, down and in. And once again, you cannot sneak the fastball by Mark Kotze. Here's the relay from home plate. Kotze sliding towards the outfield side of third base, not even close on the tag. And Mike Winters signals safe.
The ruling is a double, and Kotze to third on the throw. And so with one out, a chance for Headley to add to the 1-0 lead as the infield draws in. Ramirez, Gonzalez on the left side, Weeks at second, Ishikawa the first baseman, all right at the edge of the grass. A little deeper on the right side in respect to the pull power of Headley, who singled to left his first time. Over but low, 2-0. Credit Kotze with his 5th RBI as Venable scampers home from first.
He's still huffing and puffing up there at third base.
Try to pretend he isn't. Three and 0.
He's probably thinking, come on, Chase, get a clean single so I can coast home. I don't want to have to tag up and then sprint home again on a fly ball. Oh yeah, he also his right elbow, the inside of his elbow, he's got quite a strawberry from sliding in to third base.
Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Headley. So first and third, almost as if Gallardo was pitching around Headley.
Well, the pitching coach Rick Kranitz having a word with Gallardo. He kind of just settled him down a little bit.
That gives us a chance to remind you, Friday on Fox Sports San Diego, you can catch a new episode of Padres POV. Throughout the season, you'll get the inside look at the team from the player's point of view. Friday, 5:30 is the time before the Marlins game on Fox Sports San Diego, presented by Sequan Casino. So with one out, an infield hit off the glove of pitcher Gallardo by Venable. Chased home on Kotze's double. Kotze to third on the throw to the plate, and now Headley with a walk at first base, and Alonso, who singled to left field in the first inning, is the batter. Outside, ball 1. Chance for Yonder against Giovanni.
That strawberry's got to be stinging for Mark Kotze, but the triple probably takes away the pain, does it? Or the double, rather, and third on the throw takes away the pain of that thing.
That is a good one. That's a strike. Curveball. Badge of honor. Strawberry.
Yeah.
Didn't you? You couldn't wait to come home from your high school game and show your mom and dad. Oh, look at this.
Well,
you were so proud of it.
Well, the anticipation
Fouled out of play.
Of having to get in the shower after the game and having the water hit that thing. And
well, that part wasn't good. But you knew if you came home and showed it off to the family that they knew that you really were playing hard. First and third. And now 1 and 2 on Alonso. Way upstairs. 91. That's been about tops for Gallardo. And the count goes full. A little more on that fastball. 93 with a good tail on.
That's what he'll usually top out at there. 93.
Now a big pitch here early in the game. We're in the third. A run's home. Runners at first and third, and a full count on Yonder Alonso. Line drive softly to left. Here comes Braun. He's got a good arm. Kotze bluffs and goes back to third, and a good thing. Look at that throw from Braun on one hop right to LaCroix. So Alonso, similar drive to left in the first inning, fell for a hit. This time Braun was able to chase it down.
Little looping fly ball, charging it correctly. Good job by Braun. Good crow hop right at the cutoff man's head. You see that, Ramirez? That ball just sailing right over the cap. A good throw by Braun. One hop to his catcher.
Brings up Hudson. Fly to right his first time. He's hit safely in 13 of the last 14 games. A .298 clip.
.294 in the heater.
A little extra from Gallardo with first and third occupied. Two gone now in the third.
Watch for the fake to third, throw to first. You don't want to get too froggy over there in a secondary lead at first base.
2-0. Well, there are many things that were unpleasant about digesting the events of April for the Padres, but perhaps the most difficult to swallow has been the fact that they have squandered chances with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. And here it is again. Hudson can make up for it with a base hit. 3-0. Maben's on deck. A lot of pitches for Gallardo. He's already at 54. Down low, ball 4. The bases are loaded. Padre over every pillow, and Maben the hitter. Fox Saturday Baseball, folks, returns this week. Justin Upton, Diamondbacks. They're trying to keep pace in the NL West. They'll go to Queens. David Wright and the Mets are waiting for them, looking to maintain their hot start. New York Mets. Fox Saturday Baseball returns at 12:30 San Diego time. And, of course, that'll be followed by the Miami Marlins and the Padres on Cinco de Mayo. Two walks in the inning from Gallardo. Bases full. Maben the hitter singled up the middle his first time. Ground ball right side. It's through for a base hit. Kotze scores. Here comes Headley. Hart has a great arm. The throw not in time. And the Padres lead it 3-0. Maben delivers a 2-out, 2-run single.
There's that 2-out knock you're hoping for, Professor. And Cameron Maben being aggressive. First pitch. Breaky ball. Curveball. Stays on it nicely. Trying not to pull it. Keeping the hands back. And rifling that ball through the right side. Boy, he needed that. And the Padres needed that as well. That crooked number in the bottom of third is looking nice.
7 runs batted in now for, make that 8 for Maben, as he brings 2 home and a 3-0 advantage. John Baker hit it solidly on a line with Hudson at was Maben at first base in the second inning, and backhand stab by second baseman Ricky Weeks turned it into a double play. Ooh, healthy cut.
Yeah, I like it. John Baker coming out of his shoes. Not bad for the old man, huh? Kotze?
Terrific. 26th pitch of the inning coming up from Gallardo. Just a little off on his fastball. He's out of the zone again. 2-1. First and third. 3 runs home. Hudson taking a healthy lead at third base in case a ball should get away from catcher LaCroix. Maben with plenty of speed at first base. Send the runner 2-2.
Would be a bad idea.
Maben has his lead. He goes high. The throw is a fake throw, and Maben will be credited with his 8th steal of the season.
Surprised this one didn't get away from LaCroix. He had to come up out of the crouch to get that one. Fake throw, and the Padres aren't biting.
So 2 more men in scoring position, and the count full on Baker with Perino on deck. We'll see how Gallardo works this 3-2 pitch. Foul back. Went after him.
Good fastball at 93 away. Well, Baker's having a tough time catching up with that fastball. Maybe he will just continue to pound it away. Give him left field.
That's it at third. Maben at second. Full count. Here it comes again. Foul. Barely got a piece of that curveball. Nicked it. Hefty workload for Gallardo here in the third. Over 30 pitches.
Yeah, that's a lot of work in one inning.
Outside, and they're full again as the Padres have hit around, or walked around, if you will. That's the third walk of the inning. And it brings up Perino with the bases full. It all started. Suppan grounded out. Then infield hit Venable off the glove of Gallardo. RBI double into the right field corner by Kotze. He moves to third. Headley walked. Alonso flied out, but Hudson walked to load the bases, and Maben singled to right field to knock in 2. Stole second. And now Baker fills the void at first base with a walk, the third of the inning, and the Padres have them loaded up again. And Ron Renicky, the skipper of the Brewers, doesn't like what he sees. He's going to get somebody working in the bullpen.
Manny Parra up getting loose. Boy, Gallardo 5 of 17 first pitch strikes. Not a good formula.
Perino with just 1 RBI. That was on his home run here at Petco in a day game. And he was batting left-handed. And it's 2-0. Gallardo struggling. There they are. Padre at every pillow. Hudson, Maben, Baker ready to roll, and here comes a 2-0 pitch to Perino. He's sitting in the catbird seat. That's a strike.
Man, he may have gotten a call there. That ball looked like it was down and away. Hey, remember, Andy Perino hit a home run earlier this year the opposite way during a day game. I know he's not going to try to hit a home run, but if he can square one up.
The action pitch, 2-1 with the bases full. That's out of the zone. 3-1, and now the pressure on Gallardo. Throw a strike or throw a run to the Padres. Ooh. 3-1. He was guessing fastball.
Yeah. He got one. It was just good location. 92 down away.
That's a great pitch. And now with the count 3-2 and 2 outs, all 3 runners will wind it up and take off on the delivery. So a long single could score 3. High fly ball to deep right center field, but Gomez has a lot of territory out there, and he tucks it away. So the Padres bat around. They get 3 and they leave 3. The big blow, Marcotte. He gets the Padres on the board with another ringing double. to a 3-run lead going to the 4th inning, and that'll take us to our AT&T trivia question today. Who was the losing pitcher in the Padres' last postseason win? Who did the Padres beat in their last postseason win?
Okay, I see where you're going with that now.
Yeah, I think I get it too. It has to be somebody with a little gray in the beard, don't you think?
Yeah.
If he's still around. Suppan working to Ramirez, Hart, and LaCroix, the middle 3 in the Milwaukee batting order here in the 4th inning. Quite a game in Colorado this afternoon. The Rockies had a 5-3 lead in the 9th inning, and the Dodgers tied it. And then Jason Giambi hit a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 9th to win it 8-5.
Always an adventure.
Yeah, last night the Dodgers led 7-0 and just squeaked out a 7-6 win. 2-1 to Ramirez. And 3-1. Suppan has walked only one, and that was the intentional pass to Ishikawa to get to Gallardo with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. That's off his front foot. Boy, all the way to Headley at 3rd.
Yeah.
Well, this day in history, memorable, 1939, because the lineup went up on the dugout for the New York Yankees, and Lou Gehrig was not in the starting lineup. At Detroit, 2,130 consecutive games ended on this day in 1939. I'm going to ask you our own little private trivia question.
Okay.
I know you love this.
I remember in the movie, The Pride of the Yankees, wasn't it Walter Brennan? Wasn't he one of the sports writers?
Could have been. Of course, Gary Cooper was the played Gehrig. Ground ball pulled to the shortstop. Perino on the run. Ramirez is gone. Well, here's my question.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell you the answer right away because I want fans to. Because I think you know. I know you'll know one part of this question.
Okay.
But you're sometimes so good you get both of them. So, who bookended at first base Gehrig's long run that started in 1925 and went all the way to 1939 without missing a game? Who did he replace? Who replaced Gehrig?
That's a good question. Because I know the man he replaced.
Yeah, that's actually a baseball term for that man's name. You don't want to be that. Corey Hart dropped a single into right field his first time. And just fouled at 3rd.
How long did the player after Gehrig play? Was he there a long time?
You know, it was a name you'll recognize, or I think an old timer. I mean, you're not an old timer, but you know, that's a name that.
Right.
It wouldn't be like, you know, Sam Liederkranz or something like that.
Bernie Mazzola?
Maybe. You're guessing now.
Yeah.
Line to left, and it'll fall in front of Katse for a base hit. Mark playing deep out there in respect to Hart's power. And Corey Hart is 2 for 2. LaCroix singled through the left side his first time.
Big swinging off the bat a little bit, and tremendous topspin as well. But you made a good point, Dick, though. Katse playing deeper because of the power threat that Corey Hart has. I think he got some good topspin on that baseball, though.
So LaCroix up. Padres set for a possible turn 2. Outside. Well, you know the first part of that question, and don't be looking on your internet phone device and all of that.
Well, I know Wally Pipp.
Wally Pipp was the man that Gehrig replaced, and of course the expression sometime is, you know, somebody's got a little bit of a nick. I'm going to take myself out of the lineup. You don't want to be Wally Pipp. You don't want to be pipped.
Right.
Because that guy that replaces you may never leave. That's I knew you'd get that part. That could be playable in foul territory for Baker. Nope. Just to the edge of the dugout.
What was the guy's initials that played after Gehrig?
Well, actually, he had the same nickname, first nickname, as one of the great home run hitters of all time.
Was it Johnny Mize?
No, not well.
The Big Cat?
No, it wasn't Johnny Mize. But that's a good guess. But Johnny isn't really a nickname. I mean,
so he went by a nickname.
Yeah.
That was how he was
the first
known.
baseman that replaced Gehrig on this day had the same nickname, not the legal first name,
right,
as a great home run hitter.
Okay.
And LaCroix 1-2 the count on him. Padres lead it 3-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning, 1 out, and Hart with his second single at first base. And Mark Grant reaching way back in those brain cells to try to find the name of the man who replaced Lou Gehrig at first base for the Yankees on this day, 1939. Foul back.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
No. Same nickname as George Herman.
The Bambino?
Well,
Babe. Babe Diedrichson.
She was good enough. She could have played. She was one of the greatest.
She was a heck of an athlete.
1 ball, 2 strikes on LaCroix. And another foul. We told you last night, this guy will foul off 4 or 5 every at bat.
I give up.
It was before your time. Babe Dahlgren was.
Now that you say the name, I remember that name. Sure.
Yeah, he played several years in the Bigs.
Okay, yeah.
Of course, the war came along just shortly after that, and so a lot of those players didn't have a full major league experience because they were off in the military 4 or 5 years. Ooh, that was close.
Could you imagine being the guy replacing? You don't want to be the guy replacing Lou Gehrig. You want to be the guy replacing Babe Dahlgren.
That's right. Exactly. Two balls, 2 strikes, LaCroix. And that's the same place he hit the first one, right through the 5.5 hole. And back-to-back singles, just as Hart and LaCroix singled in the second, so have they here in the 4th.
You can see the game plan from Suppan. He wants to try to bury that 2-seam fastball into LaCroix, get a grounder so they can turn a double play. He just elevated it. It was a little flat and smoked through the 5.5 hole. Well, LaCroix does a fine job of fighting off those pitches on the inside part of the plate, doesn't he?
He's a tough out.
Yes, he is.
In his first full season last year, hit .265 with a dozen home runs. He was just starting to be used by Milwaukee when we went in there around May last year. Here's Gonzalez. He has home run power. 4 of them this year. Fastball misses outside. Bounced out to the pitcher in the second. Slider slipped that one into the strike zone. 1-1. Well, off day tomorrow, folks, and we hope to see you out here at Petco on the weekend. The Miami Marlins Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. And then Colorado for 3 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oof, not missing by much.
Chance to see some former Padres over the weekend. Ryan Webb, Eddie Mujica, and of course Heath Bell in the bullpen for the Marlins. Good stop by Baker. So 3-1, and trouble spot looming here for Jeff Suppan with 2 on, only 1 out. And he's fallen behind Gonzalez, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, 20 pitches this inning for Jeff Suppan. This is a huge pitch.
And activity begins out in the Padre bullpen. Dale Thayer Right-hander starts the throw. And the bases are loaded as Gonzalez joins LaCroix and Hart. The Brewers a big chance here now in the fourth, trailing 3-0. Look at the pitching matchup for the weekend. Josh Johnson, hard to believe he's 0-3, 5.34, one of the best arms in baseball, but coming back from surgery last year. Anthony Bass, a chance to see the young right-hander from Detroit. His pitching much better than the 1-3, 1-loss record off a great outing in San Francisco. Then Mark Burley, veteran, against Clayton Richard on Saturday, 4:30 for our Padre Live, and Sunday afternoon, noon for our pregame activities. Nolasco off a outstanding 2-1 win at San Francisco will go against Joe Whelan, and Whelan trying to get that first W on his major league report card.
How about a grounder right at somebody?
Ishikawa was intentionally walked first time, but there's no place to put him. And there's a strike. Ground ball sharply at Alonso. He goes to second for one. Back to first base. A double play the hard way. 3-6-1. Beautifully turned by the Padres. And Alonso with a scoop of a shot and a perfect throw to second. Oh my, I love that double play. The greatness of this man, Junior Seau, both as an athlete and as a man, number 55. From President Tom Garfinkel, acknowledged their feelings about Junior. Everyone in the Padre organization deeply saddened by the news of Junior's passing. He was a great San Diegan, inspiration, positively impacted people's lives. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Seau family, friends, and the Chargers organization during this difficult time. President Garfinkel on behalf of the organization. And some of the fans in remembering Junior coming out to the ballpark today, saluting him with the colors of the Chargers. Suppan struck out the first time. 1-2, 3-0, thanks to a brilliant double play. Alonso to the shortstop Perino, and Perino firing back to first with Suppan covering. And Suppan lifts one into shallow right field, falling in a hurry, and that's a base knock. Suppan, who has a lifetime 174 average, couple of home runs.
Well, he fights off a pitch from Gallardo. It's up, it's in, and it hits the garden spot in the Bermuda Triangle out there in right field. But getting back to that double play, it was a great play all the way around from start to finish. Suppan getting over to first base and being that first baseman to complete that double play was really nice. He did a fine job of getting over there as soon as that ball was struck off the bat.
You know, the articulation of that kind of play and what it required by three athletes, as Venable, who has an infield hit in 2 at-bats, swings through that pitch. First of all, Alonso had to have great hands to glove that cleanly, and then a very difficult and a quick-minded throw to second base. He had to throw a strike to a man that's not at second yet. Perino is about 15 feet away as he starts to throw that ball, and Perino catching that ball, hitting the bag, and having the strength of arm to fire back to a pitcher who was alert enough to cover. I mean, that's as good as it gets, folks. And look at Suppan, the veteran. He saves himself. A lot of pitchers might have been caught as witnesses on that play. Instead, Suppan gets over and gets the job done, and that was with the bases full of Brewers.
Suppan did not hesitate. As soon as that ball was hit, he was busting his tail over there to first base.
Came to first base. Soup was on.
Watch Soup. Ball struck. He is over there right now. First baseman. Nice.
Beating Ishikawa to the bag, and he had to hustle to get there. Fox Sports San Diego crew, terrific coverage there, men and women. That was good stuff. Hope we play that again in the post-game show, huh? I think we will. Venable overpowered by that fastball at 92, 1 away.
Nice job by Bill, Craig, and Robbie down there in the truck, working their magic. Director Michael Odino down there spinning the dials.
The big O.
Yelling out the numbers. Ready to take 8.
He likes to keep them on their toes.
Yeah.
And don't forget Mighty Max, the fighting Chippewa.
Yeah, Max Michalak down there.
Producing our telecast today. Katse got the Padres on the board with that double to drive home Venable in the third. And he hits this one high in the air to center field. Gomez has a beat on it. 2 away. Katse then scored along with Headley on a bases loaded single by Cameron Maben. How about the answer to our AT&T trivia question today? We were asking who was the losing pitcher when the Padres won their last postseason game. And there he is, Jeff Suppan, Game 3 against the Cardinals in the National League Division Series in 6. What goes around comes around, folks. Headley, single and a walk, scored a run. Four for 8 against Gallardo head-to-head, so he's had more success than any Padre against this young right-hander. One and one. At third inning, when the Padres hit around and there were 3 walks by Gallardo, he threw 37 pitches. Now his count at 83, and we're 2 outs into the 4th inning. Chopped in front of the plate, foul, then actually kicks back. Now the Padres know one thing, that when the other team scores first, it's been very difficult to win. And the opposition has gotten on the board first. They're 2-12 this year. They get out there, get an early lead, bodes well. Gallardo seems to be throwing it harder now than he did in the first inning.
The velocity's up there around 93. He threw a 94 last inning on the fastball.
2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Suppan still at first. That ball hit to shallow left center. Gomez calls and squeezes the final out. No runs, a Suppan single. He's left at first after 4, 3-0 Padres.
Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement.
Beautiful San Diego. Game Connect is live for today's broadcast. Go to foxsportssandiego.com. Click on the Game Connect link at the top of the homepage to get connected. Now you can interact with us by clicking the Ask the Broadcast graphic, or you can tweet directly from the page in the Game Talk area. You can get involved in conversation by using hashtag FSPadres. All tweets will be considered for air.
I love it when you talk tweet. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a tweeter if there ever was one.
I can.
Ground ball. 2 hops to Headley, has to back off. Then the long throw across in time. Gallardo, good swing on that one, but hit it right to the third baseman. You know, you could do a nice little rap about tweet because there's so many things that rhyme with tweet is sweet and watch your feet, and you could keep right on going.
I can just picture you listening to Parlor Mob and tweeting at the same time in your car with the.
How do you know I like Parlor Mob?
It's on your iPad.
You know, last night I was going down the freeway. You won't believe this. I rolled down my windows and I was signaling with my hands, but I think one guy signaled back, and I don't think I'm number one. And the music, I didn't have the right music. It was a Parlor Mob, but I did get Coach John Casera, and I didn't want to turn him up too loud. But I was thinking of you all the way home. Nothing like a 2-0 win to have fun.
That's fun stuff.
People
winning
that may never,
huh?
people that may never have tuned in to see our telecast and just tuned in like 3 minutes ago would say, "Who are those wackos?" Headley takes care of Weeks. Suppan got that atom ball going for him. 2 away now in the 5th inning,
and he's doing a fine job on the pitch count. That was the 69th toss from the veteran right-hander.
As he duels against his former teammates with Milwaukee, pitching for them for 4 years. 20th year in professional baseball for Jeff Suppan, 17th in the major leagues. Gomez has grounded out twice. Nine ground ball outs for Suppan.
That means he's got good action on that 2-seamer. He's locating the fastball well, the slider down in the zone.
Just missed that one. High in the air, foul territory. Perino, watch out. Another player goes over the barrier. We've seen that now 3 times in 2 games, and Fortunately, Alonso's okay, and Perino is as well, but not the case for the Milwaukee Brewers first baseman, Matt Gamble, who injured his knee. It looked as if he was trying to pull up and might have hyperextended the knee. They're going to take him back, and he is already back in Milwaukee with full examination.
You know, I was hoping some of the Friar faithful fans down there giving Andy Perino a little bit of a hand down there, you know?
Yeah, but see, on the other hand, they're trying to give him room in case he can catch it. So here's Gamble. See, right as he's pulling up, and it might have been when he slammed his knee into the wall or as he was trying to pull up. And hopefully that's not serious. But it is enough of an injury that they want to be sure. And we'll have him fully examined back home. 2-1 to Gomez. Ryan Braun's on deck. Like to keep the bases empty in front of Braun.
And Darren Balsley on the phone to the bullpen. We got action.
Back through the middle. Hudson, can he get him? Jump throw. You bet he can. The Padres playing their best defense of the entire season today. Hudson taking a base hit away from Gomez. Yes. An oh my inning for the Padres. We're at the halfway mark in this one. 4.5 in the books. 3-0 for the home team.
The Milwaukee Brewers 3-0 here on Fox Sports San Diego. And Game Connect is live for today's broadcast. Go to foxsportssandiego.com and click on the Game Connect link at the top of the homepage to get connected. You can interact with us by clicking the Ask the Broadcast graphic, or you can tweet directly from the page in the Game Talk area. And we're using it today to discuss the passing of Junior Seau and just pay tribute to him. This is one of the tweets we've seen from the Chargers. We ask everyone to stop what they're doing and to send their prayers to Junior and his family. And we continue to pay tribute to Junior Seau here today by using the hashtag FSPadres as part of the conversation. Feel free to join us as we pay our respects. Dick Enberg, Mark Grant, back to you.
No, thanks, Layla. He has 3 beautiful children. They're all high school age. Line drive caught by the shortstop. Gonzalez getting a good read on that and able to take a base hit out of center field off the bat of Orlando Hudson, or Yonder Alonso rather. And here that was Hudson. So involved with Layla and that last message on our interconnect. I missed a man.
Yeah, Alonso was a quick out, and just see it's 1-3. So Alonso was out 1-3, and then the line drive off the bat of Hudson.
Here's Maben, the only Padre with multiple hits. He's got a single up the middle and a single to right field that drove in 2 runs. The other distraction was we're getting a report from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Good swing by Maben, and it's not good news for the Brewers. They're reporting, the Milwaukee newspaper, that Matt Gamble has an ACL tear and is likely out for the season. Ooh. Oh, that's, you don't wish that bad news on anyone. Maben is getting better swings. Well, as Jeff Suppan went to the dugout, apparently his 5 innings, you couldn't ask for more than that.
Yep.
You bring up the veteran right-hander and Bud Black. Boy, double congratulations for the veteran. 5 shutout innings, helped by some terrific defense, and throws in a single of his own.
Yep.
Two and two, the count on Cameron Maben. Ernesto Frieri is the man now throwing in the Padre bullpen. Talking about Suppan, he induced 10 ground ball outs. Actually 11 if you count the double play as 2. See, that's the pitch that Maben was chasing a week ago. Now he patiently lays off. The count is full. Padres with 7 hits, 6 singles, and the RBI double by Kotze off Gallardo. Well out of play. And all the way into the second tier.
You know, we've seen a lot of that lately. Adults will get a foul ball and they'll give it up to a kid. That's awesome.
And that's San Diego.
Absolutely. I love that.
Get yourself a Padre hat, kid. You know, yeah, once you start making bad decisions at that age, you know, it can continue.
Sure.
Parents got to watch for that. Now get him a Padre cap. Probably no doubt that the parents are Milwaukee fans. That's why he has a Brewers cap. 3 and 2. Strike 3 called. Maben thought he had a walk, but punched out by plate umpire Wegner. We've completed 5. Padres still lead it by 3. Yeah. Take what's mine. You know, that was PM. Holler mom.
Yeah, believe it.
Hubba hubba. Ernesto Frieri comes in the 6th inning. Jeff Suppan, 5 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. What a job by Suppan. And how about the Padre pitching now? Gone 14 consecutive scoreless innings the last 2 games against Milwaukee.
Yeah, and hopefully they can hold on and add on to help Jeff Suppan hopefully be the winner this afternoon, because the last time that Jeff Suppan won a ball game, October 3rd, 2010, through 6 innings, it was against the Rockies. So hopefully the Padre bullpen can keep the Brewers right where they're at.
Frieri against Ryan Braun. Frieri faced Braun in the 7th inning on Monday night, and that was the line drive home run into the lower left field deck. The 3rd consecutive homer hit by Braun, who takes a home run swing there. Braun, Ramirez, and Hart to go for Milwaukee here in the 6th. Frieri challenges him, 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
And he missed big time with that location. John Baker was set up down and away. And look where the ball leaks, up and in, gets those hands tied up.
Actually became a better pitch.
Exactly.
A lot of ride up and in on Braun. 1-2 the count. Well, on Monday night, 3 consecutive home runs by Braun. There's the one off Frieri. And then the triple to right center, where he thought about for a moment trying to make that an inside the park home run, but the Padre relay was clean and he had no chance to flirt with 4 for 4. He stays alive.
Bad hack on that slider down and away. Good pitch by Frieri.
Braun entering the game today with a .629 slugging percentage, second only to Matt Kemp of the Dodgers in the National League. He's grounded out twice against Suppan. Wheels that fastball outside. I don't think right-handed hitters feel too comfortable facing Frieri, the way he throws across his body.
Yep, uncomfortable at bats, you're right.
Too low, 3-2. Now Jeff Suppan can tell you some stories now. 20 years of professional baseball. Yep. Off season, go visit his restaurant there in San Fernando Valley. He'll make you some pizza and some soup.
Talking to Tim Stauffer, who's going to start Friday in Tucson.
Pulled foul. So Carlos Quentin, his first rehab game last night, a 3-run homer and a single and a walk and 3 at-bats. So he's getting back into the groove.
Also Logan Forsythe, he's either going to play today or tomorrow in Peoria, so he's going to see some baseball action. That's good news.
Some of the players that were counted upon breaking camp, Cactus League, coming back. Another foul by Braun. But the other side, Corey Lupke, soreness in that left elbow, placed on the DL today. Kyle Blanks has been moved from the 15 to the 60-day DL. So you think about Lupke, Stauffer, Mosley, 3 of the 5 of the starting rotation expected to be the pitchers for Bud Black this year. All have visited the disabled list. 3-2. And another foul.
Having difficulty again. Good placement on that pitch by Frieri. Fastball down and away. Next pitch will be number 11. stick with the fastball, Professor, or you go with the slider? I say stay with the fastball. That's just my guess.
Yeah.
I see the wheels turning.
Yeah, I think you got it. See, I'm not sure Frieri trusts his real off-speed stuff. If he did, I would go for a changeup here. He jams him, and Baker won't have a play.
That's almost like the pitch earlier in the at-bat where he swung through the fastball. Ernesto misses with location. Look at where Baker's set up, and look at where the ball ends up. Way inside.
He has so much movement on his fastball, it's hard for him to pinpoint him. That's part of it. It's the good news because it's tough to hit. The bad news is it's tough to control. 3-2 again. 12th pitch of this at bat. Not hit that well. Kotze there and left. Curveball finally gets Braun. Well, Saturday the UFC returns to Fox. Immediately hits the air live with an explosive heavyweight bout. LeVar Johnson and Pat Barry. And that's going to be followed by 3 epic fights, including a 5-round showdown. Lightweight contenders Jim Miller and Nate Diaz. UFC Fight Night on Fox is live from East Rutherford, New Jersey, Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, if you're going back that way, but 5 p.m. here. Ramirez has popped up and grounded to short. Finally disposing of Braun to lead off this inning. And Frieri jumps in front of the cleanup hitter for the Brewers. 2 strikes. That one lined into the corner. Can Kotze get there? No. Drops in the corner. Kotze digging it out, and Ramirez has a stand-up double. First extra base hit by the Brewers today. Suppan in his 5 innings allowed 4 singles.
It was a breaky ball, a curve ball from Frieri. You know, Ramirez was out in front of it, but out in front of it so much that it's hit down the line, and Kotze cannot get to it. 7th double for Ramirez. And once again, too good of a pitch, and Ryan Braun walking kind of gingerly in that Brewer dugout. Looks like he's hurting a little bit.
High pop foul off first, and Alonso does have room. Hard on the first pitch, fouls out. That's one of the frustrating moments for a hitter. You hit a high pop foul first pitch, and you stand there and just hope that it sails foul, and doesn't. Not much of an at bat for Corey Hart. So 2 away to Jonathan Lucroy. Lucroy 2 for 2, as Hart was before that foul out. Ramirez at second. 2 gone here in the top of the 6th. Padres lead 3-0. Fastball inside.
Well, if Big Earn, as they call him in the clubhouse, Ernesto Frieri could just smooth out those mechanics and the arm action a little bit, I think he'd be a little bit more consistent in the strike zone. Herky jerky. Kind of a double, you know, like when he comes out of the glove, the arm swing, kind of a herky jerky double start and stop.
But he gets that angle. That pitch, you know, it's almost as if he's throwing from halfway from third base, and he gets that outside angle.
Absolutely, that works to his advantage, no doubt about that.
1-1 to LaCroix. Fly ball, center field. Maven an easy chance, and the inning is over. So Ramirez a 1-out double, but Frieri leaves him stranded at second. This game, third inning, it was Mark Kotze with Venable at first base, doubling into the right field corner and then moving to third on the throw to the plate. And with the bases loaded, Cameron Maben driving a ground ball single to right to score two more as Kotze and Headley came in. And that's the story offensively today. 3-0. The spark again from the veteran Mark Kotze. And there are your totals as we go into the last of the sixth inning. Fly ball lifted to left field by Baker, and Niger Morgan just into the game in left field for Ryan Braun makes the catch. And you surmise that something was not quite right with Ryan Braun as we looked at him walking in the dugout. We'll try to get a report as to whether or not he is injured, but that's a surprising move by Ron Renicky. You don't take out your best hitter unless he's not well. Perino has struck out and flied out. Now go back to that last at bat on this right there. It looked like he gave a little.
You're right.
And then he very gingerly goes down the dugout steps. Perino, another fly ball to center field. Gomez has been busy out there. 2 away. Fourth put out for the center fielder. Luke Gregerson starting to warm up in the Padre bullpen as Gallardo's hit the century mark in pitches. Blake Chakotay is going to pinch hit for Frieri. And a reminder, the playoffs, of course, are underway. The Clippers and Grizzlies game 2 of the playoffs tonight. Tune in on Fox Sports San Diego following our Padres Live postgame show. Chakotay getting his second opportunity to pinch hit since being called up. Switch hitter way off the mark on that changeup. That ball struck very well to deep left center field. Gomez and the left fielder collide. And fortunately, no further injury as Gomez and Morgan bump. But the out is recorded. 3 outfield fly balls by Gallardo, and probably his last inning of work.
Jeff Suppan throwing a whale of a ball game. Coming up in the post-game show, we're going to show you just what he's been able to do that made him so effective after missing all of last season, pitching in AAA, back in the big leagues and keeping up that 16-year career. How he was able to be so efficient. We'll have that in the post-game show for you. Mark Kotze with a nice night against his old mates. Break that down and get you ready for some playoff basketball. All that and more in the post-game show. Hope to see you then, Dick and Mark.
All right, we'll be standing by. as the Padres trying to make it back-to-back outstanding pitching performances. They've shut out the Milwaukee Brewers now for 15 consecutive innings, trying to win their first series of the entire season and make the start of May just the opposite of the dismal April record of 7-17. Luke Gregerson comes in for the 11th time this year. While he has been stingy in the ERA department, actually he's allowed some base hits, .294 batting average against. 8 strikeouts to 5 walks.
Well, Ernesto Frieri did a fine job of his inning of work. 1 hit, no runs. Last time out for Luke was Friday in San Francisco. He twirled a scoreless inning.
Gonzalez looks at a strike. He is walked and tapped to the mound. Ishikawa and then the pitcher spot due here in the 7th. Line to left field for a base hit. Now Gonzalez rips it to left for a leadoff single. Ishikawa will step up.
Well, the first pitch was a slider for a strike. This fastball leaks right down the middle. He holds him to a single. So Luke Gregerson, when he is on, sure, he can get a ground ball, maybe work for a double play.
Sixth hit of the game for the Brewers. Padres have 7. Ishikawa hit into that fancy double play turn by the Padres last time up. May be another one. Perino, Hudson, Alonso, a double play. 6-4-3 in your book, and the Padres have turned a couple today, both against Ishikawa.
Oh, you got to love that, and getting it done quickly as well. Andy Perino at shortstop, going to his left. Nice backhand feed to Orlando Hudson.
That ball was almost by Perino. It was hit very hard by Ishikawa.
Oh, ain't that some kind of nice? I love the DP.
Oh, so do I. It's my favorite play. And you know you're going to see one almost every time you come to the ballpark. And the more you appreciate it, the articulation and the difficulty and being able to turn in a matter of 4 seconds, be able to get all those things happening, all those moving parts working rhythmically. It's ballet, baseball ballet. It's Torres will pinch hit for Gallardo. Check on Cesar's record on the season. Been up only 17 times with 3 hits. 1-1. No home runs and 1 run then batted in. And Parra, the left-hander, Manny Parra, getting ready again in the bullpen for Milwaukee. Second time he's been up. Smothered to first, and it stays fair. Thank you very much. Took Alonso right to the bag for the easy out. And that's it for the Brewers in the 7th. Coming up, it's the Padres from the top of the order. Back with our Carl's Jr. star of the game, the 37-year-old Jeff Suppan. Now, who figures this? He goes 5 innings of shutout ball. Only pitched 6 innings down at Tucson, an ERA of 12. Covered first base on a very difficult double play situation. Look at Buddy. 1, 2, 3 pats.
Yep.
Hey, give him some more love. That's it. He
deserves it.
You bet.
He did a great job making good pitches, feeling his position well, getting over there on that double play as we showed you. Good day in the big leagues for Jeff Suppan. Happy for him.
Last of the 7th, and Venable leads it off against the relief pitcher Manny Parra. Surprisingly, Venable's had more success against left-handed pitching than right-handers this year. That one up foul. He's hitting .333 against lefties, 6 for 18.
Oh, Manny Parra, 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, a split finger, and a curve. Low to mid-90s on the fastball.
Not related to the outfielder of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And a weak swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Venable. Fans for the second time today. That'll bring up Mark Kotsay. Well, you can follow Fox Sports San Diego's coverage of the Padres with MLB.com. You know all about that. At Bat 12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, Windows Mobile. You get live audio, you get video highlights, you get pitch tracking, and much more. Text at Bat 31826 or visit Padres.com for details. Kotsay struck out, doubled into the right field corner, knocked in a run, and later scored himself on Maven's single, and he flied to center field. And he's called back now with Parra on the mound, a left-hander, and this is a reverse of what we saw last night. Chris Denorfia pinch hits for Kotsay, just as Kotsay came in for Denorfia and delivered that game-winning 2-run home run last night. Bud Black playing the percentages, right-handed hitter versus left-handed pitcher. Pounces that one by the mound. A charge by Weeks. The throw is in time. That was an acrobatic play by the second baseman. He had to lean low and catch and throw submarine, and just did get Denorfia.
Maybe got him by a third of a step. Chris Denorfia always hustling out of the box, makes it very close at first base. Got him by about a half step.
Headley turns it around, bats right-handed, hitting left against Gallardo. Singled, walked, and scored, and fly to center. Ball 1. Barr's 29, native of Sacramento. Went to American River Junior College up in that Sacramento area, and was the JC Player of the Year in 2002. (3-0). Parra lists his hobbies as playing darts and poker, but not necessarily at the same time.
Hey, darts is a great game.
Yeah, it is. Good pub game.
You know, he says he lives in State Line, Nevada. Isn't that where that big roller coaster is when you go over the border from California to Nevada? State Line, right?
3-0 is in for a strike. Isn't that up where you'd like to go visit up near Lake Tahoe, isn't it?
That's south. State Line's like right on the California southern part of Nevada border. Lake Tahoe. Love Lake Tahoe.
Oh, don't we all?
Yeah.
Hoping I'll get invited someday.
You're always invited. You know that.
It is a beautiful area. So you'll take your time off around the All-Star break and go up with your family?
Yep.
Good on you. Full count now to Headley. And in the dirt, ball 4. So for the 20th time this year, 21st with a couple of walks today, Headley is aboard. Padres are celebrating their history with 3 great retro games this year. First retro night Friday, May 18th Padres are going to wear those brown and gold 78 unis against the Angels at 7:05. Then you can catch all 3 retro nights by buying a Padres Retro Night Mini Plan, and then you'll enjoy not only savings but a Padres cap and a behind-the-scenes tour by purchasing a Padres Mini Plan. 2-hopper to Weeks off the bat of Alonso, and the inning is over. We've completed 7 at Petco, and the Padres lead the Brewers 3-0. The Padres 3-0 lead, and wearing his Charger gear in memory of Junior Seau. DeNorfia stays in the game in left field for Kotsay. And the top of the order, Luke Gregerson continues into a second inning of work. He had a 6-pitch 7th inning, so enough left in the tank to go 2 innings perhaps. Credited with a double play off the bat of Ishikawa to shorten the 7th. Ricky Weeks has struck out line to center, and a hard ground ball out to third, all against the starter Jeff Suppan. Facing Gregerson for the first time. (3-0). The Padres in the lead. 1-1 to Weeks. They haven't allowed a run for 2 consecutive games against this hard-hitting Milwaukee team. The shutout last night inspired by Volquez's 7 innings, and then Cashner and Street finishing the 2-0 win. That's in there for a strike. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count on Weeks, with Gomez and Morgan to follow. That's in there. Strike 3. Weeks strikes out for the 30th time this year.
It's a slider. It's not the best slider from Luke Gregerson. That's actually a hanging slider. And by the reaction of Weeks, he's looking for something else, huh?
I guess so, because he took a good pitch.
Yeah. That was a very crushable pitch.
Gomez has grounded out 3 times. The last time a solid play made by Hudson at second, skidding on his knees, and then jump throwing over to Alonso for the out. Swing and a miss. So the Padres, who have been guilty of some loose defensive play throughout the month of April and leading the major leagues in most errors, have played a sterling defensive game in support of Suppan and company today. Two strikes the count on Gomez.
Well, the off day tomorrow, right? So Luke Gregerson going an extra inning.
He had that nice easy 6-pitch inning in the 7th. See whether or not Houston Street will come in in a 3-0 game, or whatever the score might be. It'll be within a save situation. Swing and a miss. He chased the ball low and away, and the putout recorded at first base. So a couple of strikeouts, Weeks and Gomez here in the 8th.
Well, nice pitch by Gregerson and a nice job by Baker smothering that pitch, completing the 2-3 putout with the ball in the dirt.
Brings up Niger Morgan. Still no word from the Milwaukee clubhouse as to the condition of Ryan Braun, who took himself out of the game after his last at bat when he lined to left. It appeared that something occurred in a long series of foul balls that he hit in the sequence. Came out a little gimpy. The word from Milwaukee on Matt Gamble, not good, that he may be out for the season with knee surgery after the collision with the wall down the right field side last night. Quickly, 2 strikes in front of Morgan as Gregerson aims to strike out the side here in the 8th inning.
He can bounce a slider down and in. Morgan will chase.
Line foul, a souvenir down the right field side. Got that honeydew list all ready for tomorrow, the off day?
Yeah, I got a lot going on tomorrow. Yeah. Running all over town. People to see, things to do, places to be.
You got to shake a lot of hands in Alpine. You've been too busy. They're waiting for you. Go over the hitters with the local folks. The 2-strike delivery. In there. Strike 3. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Brewers gone all on strikeouts in the 8th. 3-0 Padres.
Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go.
Welcome back to Padres Baseball on Fox Sports San Diego. Working it out this afternoon as the Padres lead Milwaukee 3-0 in the 8th inning. And Padres chiming in about the passing of Junior Seau, paying their respects and their tribute to him today. Yonder Alonso said on Twitter, "Sad day in SD, R.I.P. Junior." Anthony Bass, "Winning for San Diego today. My prayers go out to the Seau family." So guys, just honoring Junior Seau today as we continue to mourn him and his passing. Dick Enberg, Mark Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Layla. A giant in our community. I mean,
Charger football, Junior Seau, synonymous, right?
Just it's Tony Gwynn of our city. You know, Tony Gwynn, a giant in baseball and a prominent figure, you know, whether athletically or not. And coach there at San Diego State, and Junior the same, with all the good things he did. I mean, he just was a terrifically generous guy. He was always thinking about what can I do to make San Diego better? How can I help people? Hudson 0 for 2 in the game with a walk. And the new pitcher, Vinny Cholk, 33-year-old veteran who's been around, came up first in the Toronto organization, pitched for San Francisco 3 years. Went over to Hiroshima in 2010, and last year at Sacramento all season long.
You know what Hiroshima's nickname is, don't you, in the Japanese league?
No.
The Carp.
The Carp.
Hiroshima Toyo Carp.
There's the Swallows and the Carp.
Yakult Swallows.
They have the Giants.
Kintetsu Buffaloes. Oryx Blue Wave.
Fly ball to center. Another chance for Gomez. Calls off the left fielder Morgan for the first out. Brings up Cameron Maben. 2 for 3 for the Padres center fielder, and his single to right field with the bases loaded in the third inning knocked in 2 of the 3 runs.
And don't forget the Chinichi Dragons. Their uniforms
somebody
are like
has
like
to be
the Dodgers.
Yes, somebody
says Dragons.
Yeah, you've got to have a Dragons.
Got to.
So I would guess that a lot of the nicknames of the teams are the year of. No, that's the Chinese. Well,
that's a good try.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
Good neighbors.
Yep.
Better neighbors. It's your fault. Chiba has a team. That's
Chiba Lotte Marines. Bobby
Marines.
Valentine managed over there.
Stayed at Chiba, right near the ballpark. In fact, I went to that ballpark just to see what it looked like while doing a figure skating world championship in Tokyo.
You and Dick Buttons? Peggy
Singular,
Fleming?
singular. Dick Button.
Dick Button, I'm sorry.
There's only one of them.
I'm sure there is.
And everyone's pleased about that as well. In the dirt to Maben.
I was thinking of Buttons the clown. That's what I was thinking. The payaso.
Red
Buttons. Yeah.
Dick Button probably is dominant in figure skating, personality, and contributor as Bud Collins
to the tennis world?
Tennis. Yeah. You're talking about 4 or 5 decades.
Sure.
2-2 to Maben. Ooh, didn't quite catch the outside edge.
There's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Houston Street apparently will come in the 9th. Worked a perfect 9th inning and a couple of strikeouts last night for a save. And Maben's on again. 1 out walk to Cameron.
Well, it's getting close, folks. Start your Cinco de Mayo weekend with your Padres Friday, May 4th. Get to the park early. $5 beers, $5 margaritas or cocktails, and $5 carnitas tacos, plus live music at the party. Presented by Verizon Wireless. The party starts at 5. First pitch against the Marlins at 7:05. So buy your tickets early at Padres.com. You'll save a lot of dough. Or get on the horn, 619-795.
Cinco.
795.
Cinco.
There you go.
What a team. Baker lined into a double play, walked and fly to left. That's going to be a nice Friday night. Huh? All that lively mariachi music and celebrating friends from south of the border, their holiday. Although I think Americans celebrate Cinco de Mayo more than the Mexican community. In the dirt. 1-1 to Baker. I wonder if they'll send us, after the game, a little margarita after the game. Just to,
How about during the game?
No, you can't do that. We're bad enough as it is. One ball, one strike to Baker.
Okay, Professor, you got to tell me during the old days, right?
Right.
Did they have a keg up in the press box?
Well, the rumors. These are only rumors.
Right.
That Harry Carey would have a suds now and then.
Yeah.
that have a little bucket of ice and a couple of brews in there just to wet the whistle. Maben with his lead, fakes going, and the count goes to 2-1. Well, no, called that a strike, 1-2. So are you going to do it? You know, we're going to tie in having a pop in the broadcast booth with a, you know, you got to throw this into the glass, right?
Before you have one?
Yeah, and then you pour the drink over it, and then everyone thinks it's just a,
it's just a baseball.
It's just a pitch.
I remember the days back at Qualcomm where after the game we'd sit around and, you know, they'd have the tap there and talk baseball.
Goes 1-2 to Baker's low. To me, the very, very best baseball moments when doing the Angels, Gene Autry, after the game would open up the restaurant and the bar. He would keep somebody there as long as anyone wanted to stay. And the coaches would come up, the managers would come up, the old scouts would be in there.
Probably some great stories.
And the broadcast, and you just sit around and be entertained for hours. Yeah. The baseball stories are so rich, the lore of this game.
You know, I remember Old Veteran Stadium. This was in the first handful of years that I was doing games. We would go in the dining room after the game. There'd be a gentleman behind where they served they had a tapper back there. Harry Callis and all some of the writers and the announcers. We would just sit there till like we'd look up at the clock and it's 1 in the morning.
No, that would happen often.
We're telling stories about baseball and talking about players and just the history of the game and of course Harry Callis. You know, God rest his soul. What a great man and a great storyteller. That was fun.
Well, you could imagine. Here we go, 2-2 to Baker. Maben goes, and this one is lifted to left field. Morgan is there. Maben doesn't know. He better hurry and get back there. And he was standing on second. And finally, Roberts shouts and gets him back home. Back at Anaheim Stadium then, after a game, just think about this. Fregosi would come up from the dugout. Gene Autry would be there. Don Drysdale. And if the Brewers were in town, Bob Uecker. Now, I mean, you should have to pay admission.
That's great.
Just to be on the table and listen to them. You know, Bob Uecker, who will be our guest in Milwaukee when we visit there. He's promised to come on and tell some stories. He said he knew his baseball career was over when his baseball card came out and it didn't have his picture on it. Oh, he's a wonderfully funny man.
He's a beauty.
What did he say? The Phillies came in to sign him, and Dad was there. He said, "What's the number?" The dad said, "He said, well, $2,000. That's it." And the dad said, "I don't think I can raise it." Ooh, that was close at first.
Swipe tag, good throw. Maybe a little lower. They had a chance to get maybe on the elbow. That was very close.
Good job by Ishikawa. Maben has a steal today, his 8th of the year. The Padres could use an insurance run, so it's legitimate that Cholk is trying to keep them close. Perino with the count 1-0, waiting for a pitch to come up to home plate. Shorter lead this time. Big swing by Perino. You know, it may just be the worst thing that happened to Perino that his first hit, first RBI this year was a home run.
Yeah, off of Aaron Harang and the Dodgers. I remember it well.
That swinging from the heels is fine, but in this ballpark,
line drives, huh?
Yeah, that's the theme. That's the music that plays. In the dirt, Maben flirting with a jump to second base. I really like this young player, Perino.
I do too. I love his footwork around the bag. I love his arm. Good fielder.
Switch hitter as he brings around more controlled swings, line drive swings.
Could play anywhere on the infield, right?
Absolutely. First base included. There's a broken bat, base hit to right field. The barrel of the bat winds up right at first base. Maben makes it easily to third base. And Perino joins the hit parade. Shatters a bat, but had enough behind it to line a single to right field.
Chalk misses with location. He wanted that one down and away, and that bat will die happy. Andy Perino will gladly sacrifice that shillelagh for a base knock.
It's amazing how much was behind that with a bat breaking.
Yep.
So first and third, and Jesus Guzman will bat in the 9th spot. He's hitting for Gregerson, and a chance to pick up what could be a very valuable 4th run here. Inside, ball 1. It's been puzzling Guzman's difficulties the last week or so. His average has dropped down to 206. First and third, 2 out. Inside again. Slider missing. And with the Padres possibly picking up a run here to make it 4-0, Dale Thayer has joined Street in the bullpen. That's a strike. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Good name for a pitcher, isn't it? You call him Chuckers.
Yeah.
He's a chalker. Maybe that isn't so good to be a chalker. Shaking off a lot of signs here. A 2-1 to Guzman. That ball is ripped into the left field corner. Fair ball. Maben scores easily from third. Perino racing around third. Hoffman waves him home, and he scores. Guzman, a 2-run double off the bench, and the pinch hitters for the Padres deliver again. 5-0 San Diego.
Well, whatever these pinch hitters are eating or drinking, keep doing it. Guzman gets a fastball, and he's all over it. Adding on here in the 8th. Boy, that 5 spot looks really nice up there. And the Padres, the second night in a row, have a chance to shut out these Brewers. Adding on here in the 8th. Nicely done, Jesus Guzman.
9th and 10th RBIs of the season for Guzman. Back to the top of the order. Venable. He's 1 for 4, a single. Tapped out to the mound, and he has struck out the last 2 times. Guzman's hit the 9th of the afternoon for the Padres. The second double. Kotsay with the first. The Padres scored their first run after Venable with an infield hit came around on Kotsay's double into the right field corner, and now they've added 2 more late here in the 8th inning on the pinch double by Guzman. Been a remarkable effort by the pinch hitters. Not by far and away the best in the major leagues. That'll push him over 400 for the season, and 11 RBIs from the pinch hitters. And on the corner, strike 3. Venable punched out for the 3rd straight time, but Guzman off the bench driving that double into the left field corner to score 2 more. We go to the 9th. The home team ahead 5-0. Yeah, that sweet adrenaline. Padres with a 5-0 lead as Jesus Guzman's 2-run double. Big insurance runs for San Diego going to the 9th inning. That will bring in Dale Thayer instead of Houston Street, as it's now not a save situation, and Thayer getting a chance to work in his second game. 31-year-old veteran. First pitch apparently high. 93 on his fastball.
Yeah, he's got a good fastball. Sinker, slider, changeup.
High foul fly off first. Could be a play for Alonso. He's called off by Hudson. That's a good play by the veteran second baseman. Alonso was staggering under it, and Hudson had an eye on it all the way.
Yeah, better angle for the second baseman, and a nice job of communication as well.
So Ramirez gone.
You can see the communication. You know Orlando's saying something there because Alonso peels off, gets out of his way. That's a big first out for Dale Thayer.
Corey Hart, 2 for 3 in the game. Couple of singles.
You know Mike Tompkins, right, down in the
Yes.
video room, does a great job.
Of course.
Mike's got a great sense of humor, keeps things loose. So, you know, Dale Thayer gets to be on the team, and you look at his mustache, right? And you look at his build. Go back to like the 20s and 30s. Remember those bare knuckle prize fighters that, you know,
Yeah.
they were in the ring with both dukes up? Doesn't he look like he could be one of those bare knuckle prize fighters?
Well, he's about 3 months away from a Goose Gossage look as he punches out Corey Hart. 3 fastballs, 2 of them at 95 miles an hour.
Well, there's a nice knockout punch there. Fastball down and away. See ya. Uno, dos, adios.
No,
the prize fighters.
Yeah, but
like
you don't
this?
look fierce enough. I mean, you could never be the bad guy.
Big old mustache.
Yeah, well, you need to get just more hair up there. LaCroix 2 for 3, a couple of singles. Thayer comes in throwing strikes.
Yeah.
Fastball again, 94. I didn't think he had that kind of velocity.
I've never seen him in the spring. Touching 94.
Former Chico State star. Ground ball to short. This could do it. Long throw for Perino, and the ball game is over. Back-to-back shutouts for the Padres. They win at 5-0, and they're 2-0 in May, and they have finally won a series. 2 out of 3 from Milwaukee. Mike Pomerantz, what's coming up next?
Got to talk a lot about Jeff Suppan, today's starting pitcher for the Padres. Great day for him at the office. Just up from AAA after missing the entire season last season. His big day, and Mark Kotze's in the postgame show.